All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome to my channel once again. Greetings. Happy day after Christmas. Look, we're going to get into this thing real quick. Not going to take very long. But what we got to do is we got to cover a few things before I wrap up this topic. This will be the final video I do about David Nino Rodriguez. It is just not worth the time. But it sure as hell is right now. Let's get into it.
Machine, the Veritas machine.
The truth set you free.
Oh, live stream time. Let's go. From the pineapple to the big apple, from Maine to Spain, let me know where you're tuning in from. Let's get it. Another edition of the Veritas Machine. All right. Welcome, everybody, to another edition of the Veritas Machine. I am Tony D, your host. I hope everybody had a wonderful Christmas. We're going to get right into this one. This is going to be the last video I do on David Nino Rodriguez. But before I go, I need to dunk. So I must dunk. And that's what this video is for. So whether you are viewing for the first time on the live stream, or if you are a return guest, thank you so much for being here. Either way, you're going to have a great time, and you're going to want to share this with your friends. The goal is 100,000 subscribers on the tubes and on the Twitch. All right, so I really appreciate everybody joining me here, and this is how we're going to do a lot of this. We're going to live stream it here, and then we're going to bump it on over to the other place for a premiere. I hope you guys enjoy. So let's get into the old, into the D-Rod here. Now, what I did was I did a little fact checking, but I also just wanted to sort of, people always ask me, like, am I going to do another one? When is this going to happen again? When are you going to do another one on Rodriguez? He's this, that, the other thing. I don't care. All right. This is the final episode. And I haven't done one in a while because, quite frankly, it's boring, but it is funny. But it's predictably funny. I like that, though. I like that we have this lovable, and look, everybody makes mistakes. I get it. There's one that we're going to get into towards the end here on this video that isn't, and it's part of Dave's past, and it's something that he's got to face, and we're going to talk about that in a second. But right now, I just want you to ask yourself a question.
Did you miss me?
Okay.
Fuck. Yep, I got a strike, folks. I got a strike, and then I decided to...
Okay, this is his most recent video, and I'm sorry, guys. This is like half volume. I mean, I'm going to turn this down even more. This is half volume. Now, listen, no doubt, Dave, I don't know how many times you need to be reminded of your audio, okay? Because this is normal volume.
Take some more time to relax a little bit. The holidays always, I'm fucking useless during the holidays. So if I slip up today on this broadcast, I'm sorry. Can you guys hear me all right? Am I good? Can you hear me?
Oh, my God. All right. Look, I'm going to turn his volume down a little bit. I just wanted to let you know what I had to deal with, what I go through for you guys. Okay? For you guys. Anyhow, let us continue with this craziness.
Yeah, you know, I need some time to relax a little bit. It's probably a good thing I got a strike. It was good for my mental state because I was fucking overwhelmed. Folks, you can Venmo me, D-Rod 1977. D-Rod 1977.
I want him to plug his stuff. Let him plug his stuff here, just in case. If anybody likes
the lights
him,
go out on Amazon.
Make sure you hit him on the Venmo, okay? And if you want to read his book, From Survivor to... Okay, it's When the Lights Go Out, and I can't see what that second word is down there.
When the lights go out on Amazon, and my mama's book, The Mexican Mix.
And I think this is the hit right here. I would like everybody to also support Patricia Rodriguez and purchase her book as well, if you are so inclined.
Mix. I want to get her up to 100 reviews.
But that hat's dumb. I don't like the hat. It's my opinion. I don't like the hat. I know who makes those hats, and I'm not going to even say it.
She loves reading her little reviews. Oh, they really like my book.
And the shirt, I don't know. It's just, you know, it's copying like 500 things. Like it copies like 20 pizza places.
Davey. Folks, I'm going to knock out this Noble Gold real quick because I got to do this. This is my little spill before when I come on. I got to go through this stuff.
This is the part that's a little questionable
American,
to me.
the beautiful 5-ounce silver coin IRA. Now, something's not adding up, is it? Stop.
Yes, it's not adding up because you're doing it. And look, here's a general sense of what happens with a lot of these gold companies is you're talking about companies that when you get involved with them, they're selling you the bullion, right? There's the bullion. Oh, it's the bullion. Don't worry, it's the bullion. Well, they try and get you into the coins, and that's just the way it's done. And I did a whole thing on it. You know, you could find my Glenn Beck thing about his gold line debacle that he had years ago. You know, I don't see anything bad about Noble Gold, but anyway, a lot of things can be dealt with in different ways when you talk about reviews, and things could be planted and whatnot. I'm going to zip forward here because I just want you to get a sense of...
Check that out.
Where are we? Oh, there it is.
Coming at you live from the apocalypse, folks. Yeah.
Oh,
shit.
Whoa. Yeah, brother.
We're in some fuckery now, aren't we?
Whoa,
a lot of you get scared. A lot of you are freaking the fuck out.
Yeah.
It's okay. See my sister in Phoenix. Oh, and also, folks, my sister. She has her own little show called The Nightcap, The Patriot Nightcap. It's on YouTube, so you guys might want to check that out.
Probably not. Probably won't want to do that. Here it is.
Coming at you live from the apocalypse, folks. Yeah, brother, shit.
Wow.
Aren't we in some fuckery now, aren't we?
I want to see
a lot of you are getting scared. A lot of you are freaking the fuck out. It's okay. We all are. How does it feel to live in tyranny, folks?
This is half volume. Okay, this is...
I cannot believe we're living in these times.
Here's his volume completely.
I thought, I used to wonder. I used to watch the History Channel and documentaries and go, how did Hitler do this? How did Hitler succeed?
Listen to him.
Now I know. I know exactly how Hitler succeeded.
I mean, I don't even know what to tell you.
People are fucking stupid.
Look, it is all the way, like, listen to him in that microphone.
That's why I named this video Evil Disguised as Virtue. Because...
I don't think he named it. I don't think he named Evil Disguised as Virtue. I don't think that's what happened. I don't think that's what happened. I don't think that's what happened at all. Make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell to catch all my videos. I do not think for 1 second that he named that.
For your brother, have virtue. Have some decency.
His volume here, I said it is down to like a quarter now. Look at this. Look at how low. You could see it.
So get this.
How low I've got the volume.
It's the right thing to do. They're disguising evil as virtue. Evil as virtue.
He is so up on that mic. If you'll notice, when I speak into the microphone,
it seems to me
I have a smooth and relaxed tone. Because when you start to get into certain frequencies,
we're living in a time.
You know what? I'm not even going to get into this.
To defend somebody, you can get a fucking lawsuit on you. You have to apologize in public. If you look at like Dave Chappelle, other comedians, I've been watching some stand-up lately. The stand-up game has completely changed. There's nothing I want to see it anymore. But I noticed one thing. And I'm sure they got to get their scripts okayed by a higher.
I can't get over
Sure,
the low
they're not allowed
quality.
to really make fun of LGBTQ or other BLM or any of that. They can't.
I know
make fun
plenty of
of
people that use this mic. Plenty of creators use the microphone that he's using. It's that, I think it's that blue thing. A lot of people use that.
I will be having a conference on January 6th at Mar-a-Lago to discuss all of these points. And the insurrection took place on November 3rd. It was a completely, it was the completely unarmed protest. I want to vomit. Every time I'm at the airport, I look around and I'm like, this is my species. This is my race. These are my people.
They're not
I'm
alpha.
Part of this. No fucking way, man.
No
fucking way.
No, you're right. Not alpha enough.
Part of the herd.
Part of the beta herd. Part of the cucks. If you're not a team Rodriguez, you're a team cuck.
Some sketchy scenarios, though, happening behind the scenes. CNN is closing its offices in the United States to all non-essential employees. And they're going to blame it. Remember, folks, I told you these things would start happening. There's good guys doing things behind the scenes. There's no reason CNN should be closing. No reason. I don't care what fucking excuse they give you. There's no reason. This is their foothold on your consciousness. CNN and Fox, but CNN mainly. They control the liberals. So the fact that they're closing their office in the United States to employees as the boogeyman cases increase,
all right.
Shit.
We're gonna fact check him in a second here. I want you to see somebody.
Be in disguise.
I want to set up, and I'm setting context for what I'm going to show you in a little while, which is a very big lie that Dave here has committed to his following and to his crowd and to everybody that he deals with and talks to in his past. And we're just going to get into it in a second.
A lot of these people are going to be running as Republicans. So don't look at it like, oh, the two-party system here. I just won't vote Democrat anymore. No. Now they're just going to be in disguise, folks. They're going to come in as Republicans. That's all that's going to happen. And I'm telling you, if this is not fixed, well, what makes you think 2022 is going to be fair? What makes you think 2024 is going to be fair? I really want to know this. I want to know who these personalities are, like Bill O'Reilly and all them, that fucking preach this horseshit. It's horseshit.
I'm sorry.
David, you yell too much. And there's that missing fifth dimensional component that some of you just don't have. Some of your friends are super intelligent. I get this all the time. Dave, I know guys that are doctors.
There's a fifth dimensional component that you are missing when you are not completely mesmerized, engaged.
Set new record.
I could put my microphone into my ass and it would sound better than what he is doing here. I'm sorry. I could literally keister this in a video game. I could try it. Allegedly, I could try it. Not here, but I could try it. So leave down in the comments if you would like me to attempt that on OnlyFans, and if you would pay for me to, pay me an exorbitant, like if we're talking like, the girl who put her gas in a jar. If we're talking like that level, like that kind of money, it's pretty good dough. I'm saying, like, you don't got to do anything. You know what I mean? Like, we talk about money for nothing and you chicks for free. Let's go.
President and pretender, let's just say pretender Joe Biden.
All right.
Search, they're getting bombarded with this shit. Now that we're going into the nuclear winter, health officials say that the boogeyman likely on this. It's military news.
See, this video right here was not even US like the point of this overall. This is just setting some context for
insanity, man.
For anger, for
insanity. So, folks, like I said, this video, evil disguised as virtue.
I don't need to hear any more of this one. We're going to go on to the next one. We're going to do a little fact checking here with good old Dave, because what we have recognized is that not only am I going to share with you this? Like I said, I got to dunk before I do my last video on this because it's my last video. You can go back and see a couple of the other ones. You know, I've erased a couple of them too. And again, I do not want anyone to go to anybody in any of my videos, any subject, any organization, any individual, and harass them or anything on any of their platforms, emails, whatever the heck it is. I do not want that. Okay, that is not what this is for. This is for entertainment. All right. And obviously, the guy's got to make a living no matter how sleazy people may or may not say that he is, allegedly or not. Okay, that was evil disguised as virtue. Let's go to the next one. Approaching nuclear, choose a lane. Now I want to get into the beginning of this one too. So you could just sort of see.
Good morning. Good morning, everybody, ladies and gents.
This
Welcome
is a while back. This is
Nino's
before the strike.
Circus. I will be your host this morning. I like to do little different things here and there. Folks,
see, that's that
this,
intro.
Video it's going nuclear, approaching nuclear, choose your lane. And I really mean that. A lot of you are going to fold up camp during this time and bow out.
I'm going to bow out of this part of the video because I'm going to get it right over to some fact checking here. All right. We need to check some of the facts here that old Dave is, because we need to set up the context once again for what I'm presenting at the end, which is a big old, what my British friends would call a pokey. All right. Because Dave, there's a word in Espanol that goes mentiroso. In Italian, it is also mentiroso. He's just got a couple more, S's and R's in that thing. But baby, you're a star.
Was excused from the Maxwell trial because her spouse had surprised her with the last minute. Say, you got to choose your lane now, folks. Choose your lane. Are you going to fold up tent and take it in the ass? Or are you going to say, fuck this?
Whoa.
I'm going to be
not know about that part
and do what I got to do as an American citizen.
But this is a video that has, so tens of thousands of comments, hundreds of thousands of views.
Folks. The circus
for this. You get bad audio, bad camera. Like, this is just like, I don't know, man. I think people jumped on here before they realized people should have like nice cameras and like sound actually like they're not on a bullhorn.
It already began in the Maxwell trial. So
just sounds
the
horrible.
Circus begins. A juror was excused from the Maxwell trial because her spouse had surprised her with a last-minute Christmas vacation that could last up to 3 to 6 weeks. Shit is about to get wonky, folks.
That is not wonky. Now, let us check the fact about this particular thing that he's saying about the Ghislaine Maxwell juror. I'm going to put this in the chat here so you guys can read this. So you guys can open up another window or whatever. You can check that out. All right. See what's going on there. Look, this juror was excused before the trial. He's a government worker. And when you look at this article, you'll see that he attempted to change his plans, but he couldn't. He tried. It was maybe too expensive, or with his government job. There are people that have reasons, and to be quite honest, not everybody cares about what's happening with this thing. I mean, it just is what it is. It's not, I know it's important, but, not everybody gives a shit over their vacation.
It's about to get wonky. Jurors are being excused because they got Christmas vacation, the most important trial of the century of humanity. But Christmas vacation is just a little more important. Bullshit. They're being fucking threatened.
Dave doesn't show up to a government job every day. He doesn't wake up and have to go to work. He does this. He goes into his whatever living room or wherever the hell he is, hotel room, whatever. He doesn't have to go and get his, pack his lunch or whatever and prepare for a full day at a job. And I don't know when the last time would be that he did. Even working for his dad could be, a lot of work from home or just going to other places, just doing stuff for your dad,
So it gets off to even more of a bumpy start because even multiple jurors go missing. So multiple jurors now are going missing. One stating they just forgot about the trial. I guess he had something else to do.
Okay. That is not going missing. What is he saying? What?
It gets off to even more of a bumpy start because even multiple jurors go missing. So multiple jurors now are going missing.
Really?
One stating they just forgot about the trial. I guess he had something else to do.
You got a quote from a human being that's not missing.
While others are stating other various issues. Oh, like I'm sick.
Oh, so there's another statement from a person not missing.
The wonky business has started. The circus has begun, folks. But the only circus you should be concerned with is Nino's circus.
Right, because of what? Now I'm getting pissed. Are you kidding me, Dave?
I guess he had something else to do. Bullshit. They're being fucking threatened.
How do you know that?
It gets off to even more of a bumpy start because even multiple jurors.
That is like just completely, is that possible? Yes. Is that the answer? No. And he says this stuff like it's the answer. Man, Dave, shut up.
Go missing. So multiple jurors now are going missing.
Multiple jurors going missing. Okay. Really?
One stating they just forgot about the trial. I guess he had something else to do. While others are.
I don't know how many times a jury card has come into my thing. It could have been a big trial. It could have been a whatever. Some people, they don't know necessarily that they're going to the Ghislaine Maxwell trial when you get your jury duty card. Okay. I tend to listen. People do different things with jury cards. Okay. So what you do with your jury card is your business. But if I get a thing on about a jury duty, it's not going to say, hey, by the way, you're going to go on this Ghislaine Maxwell trial. So let's have you come on down and jump in. No, that's not how that works. Not on. Dave, you are freaking sharp as a bowling ball.
They're stating other various issues. Oh, like I'm sick.
Yes.
The wonky business has started. The circus has begun, folks.
They're sick. Maybe they're not sick. Okay. But you just said jurors went missing. And that's 3 statements from 3 human beings about why they didn't go. That's not missing. Oh.
The only circus you should be concerned with is Nino's circus.
It's just complete bullshit. I'm sorry. Sorry. That's what it is. Unbelievable.
Jeffrey Epstein, access to the White House laid out by visitors.
Oh, yeah, back in the Clinton times. I already covered that on my stuff like 2 weeks ago, and I've been covering it on my channel. I mean, he just reads stuff. Wait till you hear some of this. Hold on. Let's get to this part. All right, let's do a little more fact checking. So what do we got? We got like two bogus stories. Let's keep going.
Off-White are devastated to announce the passing of Virgil Abloh, Abloh, on Sunday, November 28th, of cancer, which he has been battling privately for several years. This guy, as far as I know, you guys might want to fact check this, was on the flight logs.
What? Listen to how he words this. I don't know.
Devastated to announce the passing of Virgil Abloh,
I mean, come
on Sunday, November 28th, of cancer, which he has been battling privately for several years.
Not anymore.
This guy, as far as I know, you guys might want to fact check this, was on the flight logs. So
the flight logs. On the flight logs. Which ones? Which set of flight logs were those? You might want to fact check this. I'm going to say something and I'm going to play it down and not pretend that it's manipulative. Like the last three things I said. Well, let's put number 4 there in the checkbox.
Bye.
Yes.
Will you see another step down? Austrian Chancellor Schallenberg.
Oh, this is a great one.
Says he will now step down. In India, Bill Gates is officially.
First of all, slow your roll, Tiger. Oh my God. You know, and there have been so many times when this guy has mocked other ethnicities. Okay. I just want to go back to the one before this, to the one about the chancellor.
Abloh. Abloh. On Sunday, November 28th, of cancer, which he has been battling privately for several years. This guy, as far as I know, you guys might want to fact check this, was on the flight logs. So, bye. Will you see another step down? Austrian Chancellor Schallenberg says he will now step down. In India, Bill Gates has officially been charged with murder over.
Okay, so let's go back. Schallenberg, okay, of Austria. Now, just to tap into what I read about him, what Dave just said is absolutely false, absolutely wrong, totally incorrect. No, didn't happen. Okay, Schallenberg went into office. He replaced somebody who was removed. He doesn't claim to be a saint. He doesn't claim to be anything. He just got shoved into this part of this job. And this guy, Schallenberg, who is the prime minister of Austria, said, look, when the next guy is ready, can you just have him replace me? He wasn't voted in. He didn't run for anything. They just popped him in there. And he's like, the last guy was crooked. He comes in there. They're calling him like a shill for him, right? They're saying that he's shilling for the guy before him with the corruption. But that he said that's not the case. So I'm stepping down. And he's avoiding all the controversy by leaving. This is the stuff that Dave doesn't look into in research. He's careless.
Bye.
Another one.
Will you see another step down? Austrian Chancellor.
So that's what he's saying here.
Says he will now step down.
Yeah.
In India.
And also keep in mind, Austria, there's a lot of controversy and things going on with their mandates and things that they're dealing with over there. A totally different environment. Dave is just not educated. He is not well researched at all. And we've already shown 3, 4. Now, what was that one? That was number 5. Okay. So now let's listen to him make fun of some Indian people. And we'll go into the next fact.
Bye.
Okay.
Will you see another step down? Austrian Chancellor Schallenberg says he will now step down. In India.
Oh, that's funny.
India, Bill Gates has officially been charged with murder over. So Bill Gates is
That's not true. Okay. Bill Gates was not charged with a crime in India. This was a lawsuit, and we're going to get to this part in 1 second. This was a lawsuit filed by a woman whose son passed away for some medical reasons that they felt in their lawsuit perhaps were related to whatever, brands might be involved, this, that, the other thing. I don't know the case, but people are saying that it is the Bar Association of India, I believe in Mumbai. I believe it's in Mumbai. And there's a website that lists something. It's not even a link. You can't even see. So it's not a criminal case. A criminal case, I believe, would be public. This is a civil matter. And you're going to hear him say this right here, okay?
Bell's palsy. That's it. You got it,
okay.
Folks. Thank you.
Listen.
So now we're seeing places like India fight back and put lawsuits on this.
Put lawsuits on the. He just said lawsuits. Before, he said he was charged criminally. He's being charged with a crime. This is not a prosecutorial charge. Okay. I mean, this is This is number 6. This is the 6th thing. We are now 20 minutes into this video. We're 20 minutes into this video, and this dude has already told 6 bullshit things. Okay? We're 16 minutes into this video, and he has already said 6 things that are just not true. Let's just turn up the
This
playback
demon.
speed.
Let's call him a demon.
Oh,
Let's call him what
it's
he
already
really is.
playback speed's up. Okay.
Could be Satan himself, for all I know.
Now, another thing, we could just let this.
Folks, this next part I'm going to read you right now. I want you to pay attention to this because I am in no way throwing General Flynn under the bus, but I'm breathing.
Let's just go up to the part where I queued up. Sorry, I didn't feel like editing all this today. I just felt like running the screens. So forgive me.
Because he knew ahead of time of what was going to happen with January 6th. That's why he didn't sign it. They were depending on him to sign it. It threw him off their game when he did not, as far as I understand. So this email caught my attention. I was like, scratch. That's pretty interesting. David, I remember the story Michael Flynn told whereby he, Powell, and Linwood approached the White House and Trump. They had a meeting with Trump whereby they suggested instituting the insurrection.
Okay, first of all, the part that he's missing in this story is pretty important because Patrick Byrne was there, and Patrick Byrne, you could look him up, B-Y-R-N-E. You could look him up and see he tells the actual story. He wrote all about it. He didn't even mention Patrick Byrne. Patrick Byrne is like, it's a very important part of the story because they kind of snuck in. And there's articles about how they sort of like charmed their way into the White House at the last minute. Anyway. Oh, man. This one's good. We're going to run this.
Forget that our country's being flushed down the toilet. We got to appease the feminazis. Oh, and their voices will be loud.
This is a good one.
Aren't most of you lesbians? You don't have babies anyway.
Okay. Now, you've heard. I think we've all heard enough. Okay. And here's just what Dave sort of, thinks about himself. Right
on Nino's Corner.tv, folks. And the new heavyweight champion of podcasting.
There you go, buddy.
See you all over at Nino's Corner.tv. Peace.
He is by far the heavyweight champion of anything anymore, to be honest. So now what we got to get into is a couple of these other past things that, we got to look into as far as what Dave has said about a particular incident that he was involved in where he tries to explain, the scar on his face. And we're going to get into this here. Let me just look up where I'm going. Okay. I have 2 interviews here. All right. We're going to start with, because I want you to hear how he says the same thing in both interviews. And then it's dunk time. Okay. So this is from AfterBuzz TV Spotlight. Okay, we're building more context here for what happened. Okay, so this is important. This is the story about Dave. Well, you'll hear it yourself.
The stabbing.
Yeah,
So,
that changed everything, man. I'm not gonna lie, because after I got stabbed and I lost so much blood, and I'll show people.
Yeah.
It's all this. I got like filleted. And it was coming out of a bar, like I said, I was juggling 2 extremes.
Yeah.
The boxing and the party life.
Yeah.
Which I should have been focused and concentrating on just my boxing. I didn't know when my next fight was going to be. And I was celebrating. I was happy. Like I told you earlier in there, it's like every time you went into training camp, it was like a prison, man. It was like I'd throw away the key. I was in prison for like 3-4 months, just training, not going out, not drinking, not doing anything, just training. And after fights, I would naturally want to let loose and be like a normal guy and do what I want to do, but a little more so. But after that fight, it just happened, man. We went out and we were in Scottsdale, and my friends and I were way intoxicated, and I was coming out of a bar, and words got exchanged with me and a few other guys, and they kind of just kept following me, and I kept looking back at them, and finally I just walked up to them. They all scattered. And then as soon as which I should have never done, I turned around. And when I did, they came and just sliced me open, man.
So what's your memory after that happened?
Everything just turned into it wasn't like a movie. It was like, now it was like pictures. Cause I just remember
we got a little context there. We got him telling the story here in this situation. Excuse me. So now we are going to listen to the story. Let's see. We'll knock this one out. And okay, we'll get this one. Yeah. Okay. Here's the one we want for the second one. This is from Pop Trigger. Okay. 455,000 subscribers, right? He told his story not only on that last channel where they didn't fact check it, but on this one too. So here's a bunch of channels that haven't fact checked, and you could look at a lot of boxing magazines. You're not going to see, I'm going to show you something in a minute about this story that's going to kind of blow your mind, and it's really probably going to piss you off too.
I was almost murdered.
Let's
Here
talk
we
about
go.
the incident then, because
and I'm going to tell you something. That statement he just made, I was almost murdered. That is so, and I'm going to prove it. Okay, I'm going to prove this in a second.
Get that out of the way.
Yeah, let's talk about, I mean,
what?
But this is and again, like I talked to you about earlier, not to sound insensitive, but this incident became like the silver lining of you becoming this big activist.
It was really a blessing.
Happened?
Yeah, it was a blessing in disguise, because what happened was, I took the most positive I could out of it. What happened was I was cutting the throat. And
what part of the face is that? What? I'm sorry, what? I'm no doctor.
I took the most positive I could out of it. What happened was I was cutting the throat.
Okay. This down here, he is going like 2 inches below the cut to indicate even lower than he has been cut. Now, Jesus. Okay. That is not your throat. And I'm going to tell you what they did after he finishes.
Where were you? Walk us
Phoenix,
through it.
walking out of a bar. I was intoxicated. So were some of my friends, and there was some confrontation. I don't really remember the whole thing, to be honest with you. I remember that we started throwing words back at each other, and as I was leaving, they came behind me and slit my throat open. And then they also stabbed.
They didn't slit your throat open.
So both of us are laying there.
This is on YouTube as well, so this is context.
So much blood, and I lost close to 2 pints.
Oh my gosh.
I was in a coma for like 2 days. And when I woke up, I had 369 stitches. And I was lucky because a cosmetic surgeon was on call that night that did this. Otherwise, it'd probably look much worse.
Now, I'm going to tell you what happened. Okay? Here's what really happened. Let's switch the screen here a little bit. This is what happened. Now, you see, or you saw what was on his face, right? I'm going to teach you guys something. I'm going to teach you guys something about them streets, okay? What I'm going to teach you about them streets is a term called the $150, okay? They knew exactly what they were doing to him. They were not trying to kill him, in my opinion. But this is a $150, and this is from the Urban Dictionary, so we could just give it a little bit of vernacular, but I'm sure you could search this. A tear inflicted by a cutting instrument from one corner of the mouth toward the lateral ear, okay? This type of attack is most common in street gang violence and is often used specifically to mark the victim with a lifetime facial scar. This was to mark him. Okay. Now, if anybody knows anything about this stuff, you will know exactly what a $150 is. Okay. Because That's the classic buck 50 scar. I don't know why he's trying to tell people, like having any of these people who are on like these, who have hundreds of thousands of followers on these, guys who show people in jail, or gang guys, or the gangsters that come on and tell their life stories. They don't that follow him. That are like, oh, he's so great. That. You kidding me? Well, here's the zinger, okay, and here's the proof, right? Here's the proof that shows that is all just BS. These are I have an eyewitness account, okay, of the incident that Dave, hold on, I gotta find it. That Dave was involved with here. There it is. Okay. Now we're gonna look at this article here. All right. This article is from KVIA ABC7 in El Paso, published January 3rd, 2012. I mean, this is from ABC. Okay. See this? This is from ABC. Right. So I'm going to give you some reference here. This is as far as anybody is concerned for this, it is what it is. Okay. This is a verified article. El Paso heavyweight box. Okay. EP boxer Rodriguez recovering after Scottsdale stabbing. Now, this is something that I'm going to leave in the not only in the description of the video, but I'm going to put it right down here in the chat so you can go read this and see the things that he said that I don't know if I'm going to repeat some of these things on social media, but it was in this news article. What he said, and that in the bar that he was in, some people that know of the situation, who do not want to be identified, have talked about he was saying some things that are not exactly politically correct that begin with the letter N. Now, this says this right here. This is several eyewitness accounts that confirm that he said this. And he goes out and tells that story. Okay. He goes and tells that story on all those interview shows. All right. He goes alpha this, alpha that. And by the way, his Alpha Corner show is done. Obviously, it's gone. Can't even find it anymore. All right. What a big success that was. But this, okay, what's that? Lie number 8. This is 8 lies. Okay. In less than 20 minutes. All right. 8 lies in under 20 minutes. And this is the last time I'm covering this guy, because if you don't understand this by now, then you got freaking dicks in your ears, which is a pretty funny picture. See you on the next one.